Hello, welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got breaking news coming out from Germany to share with you. So, we could be hearing potentially in the next few months that Germany could be sending long range Taurus missiles to Ukraine. Now, most of you might think that sounds crazy. That would never happen. Olaf Scholz has come out many times, said they would never allow Germany to send Taurus missiles over to Ukraine, as this would be escalatory and they would not allow long range strikes inside of Russia. And we have this huge report just breaking today that Friedrich Merz, who's currently running for Chancellor inside of Germany, would potentially give Putin an ultimatum if elected, okay? So if he ends up becoming the German Chancellor, he would send a message over to Vladimir Putin, give him an ultimatum where he would push for a 24-hour deadline for Russia to end the war, or he would advocate sending Taurus long-range missiles to Ukraine, possibly enabling strikes on Russian territory. This is absolutely huge news. We could see a complete 180 with the German government now allowing Ukraine to receive these Taurus missiles and start using them potentially even inside of Russian territory. Now, we're going to talk some more about this because obviously, as some of you may have been hearing, Germany's governing coalition has collapsed. Their government is falling apart right now, and Olaf Scholz is going to be holding a confidence vote very soon. I think as soon as January 15th, maybe sooner, and also potentially elections maybe as soon as March. Okay, so we're going to talk some more about this. I've actually got two articles we're going to be going over today. First, I want to show you what's going on inside of Germany, why these changes might come here in the future. So from CNN World, Germany's normally stable government has collapsed. Here's why. So this actually came out on November 7th. This is when the political crisis and chaos was starting to happen with Germany's government. So I want to show you guys this just briefly, real quick. Germany's governing coalition has collapsed after disagreements over the country's weak economy led Chancellor Olaf Scholz to sack his finance minister. Christian Lindner's dismissal, prompted him to withdraw his Free Democrats Party (FDP) from a coalition with Scholz's Social Democratic Party (SPD), leaving Scholz in a minority government with the Green Party. Scholz said he would now call a confidence vote for January 15th, which, if he lost, would allow elections to be held by the end of March next year, 6 months earlier than the elections planned for September 2025. Germany now faces turmoil at a time of broader uncertainty. The political crisis was triggered just hours after it was announced former U.S. President Donald Trump will get a second term, an election outcome that could bring further woes to Germany's economy as well as threaten Europe's united front on key issues. Here's what we know. So I'll cite this down below. You guys can read some more of this, but as you can see, based on this information, Germany's having economic issues and also political issues right now in their country. So now we're going to hop on over to this article, and I want to show you guys from Friedrich Merz what he said and what the plans are here. So we're going to hop on over to United 24 Media. It says, I'll issue Putin an ultimatum, end the war in 24 hours, or I'll supply Ukraine with Taurus missiles, says German Chancellor candidate Merz. Okay, this just coming out today, November 11th, 2024. Here's a picture of him right here. And it says, Friedrich Merz, leader of the Christian Democratic Union, one of Germany's largest political parties and a candidate for chancellor, has announced his intent to issue an ultimatum to Russian leader Vladimir Putin. Merz stated that if elected, he would push for a 24-hour deadline for Russia to end the war. Should this demand go unmet, he would advocate delivering Taurus long-range missiles to Ukraine, potentially enabling strikes on Russian territory. Scholz absolutely refuses to deliver the Taurus missiles, even though a majority in the Bundestag sees it differently. I am open to it and have suggested giving the government in Kiev the right to say if the bombing of civilians does not stop within 24 hours, the range restrictions on the available weapons will be jointly lifted. If that's not enough, the Taurus missiles will be delivered a week later. This would allow Ukraine to regain the initiative. So that's crazy, guys. We could definitely see a complete flip-flop of the German government and their stance and how they support Ukraine. And, we are hearing right now as well that the UK and France are working to try to push President Biden in the United States before he gets out of office on January 20th to try to lift restrictions on strikes inside of Russia. So this thing could be coming very soon, and it's very dangerous. I mean, we could definitely see a major war breaking out between Russia and NATO before Donald Trump even gets into office. So there's definitely a lot of talk about this right now, even with Germany now. So it says here, Merz also expressed a belief that Germany has yet to clearly define its national interests, a position he intends to change. The Americans are much more aggressive. It shouldn't be that only one side wins. We need to make agreements that are favorable to both sides. Trump would call it a deal, Merz explained. Referring to U.S. President-elect Donald Trump, Ukraine has long advocated for Taurus missiles to strengthen its defense capabilities, including for potential strikes within Russian territory. However, Germany's current government has so far declined, citing concerns over escalation. So just like I mentioned, with Olaf Scholz, he's come out recently and stated multiple times that they would not allow these Taurus missiles to go over to Ukraine, as clearly this could spark escalation on Russia's end. Maybe Russia could even start using nuclear weapons. Who knows? I mean, they've been setting up nuclear weapons and doing drills with them over there, especially tactical nukes, a lot throughout this year, and warning the West not to allow strikes inside their territory. And Vladimir Putin's already come out multiple times saying that if any, British Storm Shadow missiles, anything like that, ATACMS were to be used, that this would be NATO firing these missiles into Russian territory, not Ukraine doing this, that this would then draw NATO into the conflict. So things could get very interesting over here as we move into 2025, and hopefully we don't have a major war breaking out between NATO and Russia. But definitely some huge news in regards to Ukraine, though. If Friedrich Merz ends up getting in as German Chancellor, there's a high possibility that if Russia does not stop their war, as he states he will give this ultimatum, we could be potentially seeing Taurus cruise missiles heading over to Ukraine, and eventually maybe even being used inside of Russia. So very, very big news coming out today. Just wanted to update you on this and let you know what is going on over here with Germany's government and what their plans are for the future. So let me know what you think down below. That's going to be it for today's update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.